Right, welcome back to the YouTube. I'm doing this on the sly. It feels like we're doing something we shouldn't be doing because we might get in trouble for recording in Tesco. But we're going to do a food haul. I'm going to walk you through some of the things that I buy, what I eat on a day-to-day basis, and yeah, I think it'd be good to know what I sort of spend money-wise each week on food as well. Just give you a rough idea. I'm sure Ben will be able to top that up for you at the end. And just see what my day-to-day meal plan looks like. So let's do this. Right, should we go to the butcher's first? Yeah? Yes. Do you mind if I record in here? Just getting what we're getting. It's going to go on YouTube. Yeah, you happy with that? Amazing. Right, ready to go. Can I get if you've got 2.5 kilos of the lean mince and 5 kilos of chicken breast? Can I get it minced again as well, please? Start coming to the butchers and getting all my meat from here. Just because fresh, I feel like there's less shit, and it genuinely, I'm not even taking the piss. It tastes different. Especially the mince as well, like it tastes completely different to what you get in Tesco's or Morrison's or Asda or wherever. So yeah, we started coming here, and I know the quality in comparison, it is better. In fact, I'm sure this gentleman here, you don't have to be on camera by the way, but I'm pretty sure you could tell me or sell us it. Tell me why, because this will probably draw in a few extra customers.
What do you want to know?
Tell me, why is it better? Why is it better here than to go to?
Most of this, what we're selling is all locally sourced.
Okay.
So obviously, your locally sourced food, it's not intensely farmed. So this is your
quality,
proper quality meat.
There you go.
We've only got 1.8 kilo lean. Is that all right?
That's absolutely fine, mate. Yeah. So just for reference as well, me and Chloe, well, I have 250 grams of the mince raw, and Chloe has 125 grams. So it's 375 grams of mince a day, every day. So do the math. Come on, help me out. What's that times 7? Come on, Ben. 300.
You'll get like 2,500.
Yeah, all right, yeah, something like that. So it's about 2.5 kilos worth every month, every week even. So yeah, and then the chicken, I have 200 grams, and Chloe has 225-ish, something like that, a day. Because Chloe has 2 chicken meals, I only have the 1. So again, quite a decent amount of chicken every day. That's that's cooked weight, 200 grams cooked weight as well. I've been coaching. What year was lockdown?
2020.
Was it really? Mate, yeah, 5 years. Okay, so I've been coaching 5 years. I've always trained. I've always gone to the gym since I was like 17 years old. But I was like, alongside training, I then started doing the coaching, and then I really transitioned to competitive bodybuilding as well. I'll say the year after, so it would have been middle of 2021. So yeah, maybe 3.5 years then.
Are you going to go for spot like world's strongest man?
No. I'm not strong at all, mate. It's all show, no go. It's just for looks. That's all it is. That is it, mate. It looks great, but it's not functional. Right, first up, blueberries and bananas. Avocado, gotta get the right ones. Like, don't you just hate it when you get like unripe avocados? They're dead, aren't they? Oh mate, they're awful. I'm ashamed to admit that me and Chloe get through a lot of salmon every day. I have about 60 grams, Chloe has 50. So 110 grams of salmon every day, and 100 grams is £3. So you do the math. We're spending about, £21 on salmon, just over £21 on salmon every week. Pineapple juice for those digestive properties. It just tastes fucking unbelievable as well. Lactose-free milk, because we've now removed lactose from everything. Beetroot. I'm really, really bad. We've actually already done a shop, right, not long ago, but I'm really bad for getting just loads of one item, because I hate coming to I just hate doing this every 3 days. So if I can get away with it, Chloe hates it, but if I can get away with it, I'll get like 10 of these and I'll put them in the fridge. Same with Same with the pineapple juices. I'll get like 5 or 6 of these normally, so that I don't have to come back and get them again. Can you do the math for me here? Oh, here we go, 64p per 100 grams. This is cheaper, right, let's do it. Get a couple of them. Right, beetroot, pineapple juice, salmon, banana, dark chocolate, Chloe. Gone to the butchers, blueberries, avocado, milk, yeah, okay. All the way. Right, that's Chloe's dark chocolate done. Now for peas and sweet corn. Right, so the butchers was, I think it was like 78 or something like that. Right, so that's for the week. That'll last us definitely a week, that. In fact, no, the chicken will last us probably a week and a half. And then this has come to, it actually came to 60, but with the club card, it came to 49. So we've managed to reduce that by £10. So £50 for the shop. We probably do one of these a week. And then the meat, sorry, we do once every week and a half. So I reckon we're spending, it's actually not too bad that. Yeah, I reckon we're spending about £160-ish between me and Chloe. That is really good, surely not. I mean, that's not far off a full shop. We missed like things like sauces, almond butter, honey, like these things we haven't got. But generally speaking, I suppose if you count cream of rice and whey, then yeah, it's going to be a little bit more each week. But otherwise, I'm really pleased with that. So I was just saying to Ben there, that shop, because there's a few little bits that we've not got, like sauces, potato. I've not accounted for like cream of rice, whey, that's, yeah, honey, almond butter, that sort of stuff. Which again, like it is expensive, but when you buy one of those big bottles of honey, it's like, what, £5, lasts you a couple of weeks. So it's not that bad for over the course of a few weeks. But the point I was making was, I reckon the actual food, and bearing in mind we buy everything, like all whole food, most of it, 90% of it is fresh, other than the peas and sweet corn. But yeah, it's all fresh, and I can't believe that shop, if we do that twice weekly, plus the butchers once every week and a half, is about £160 a week as an average. Maybe a little bit more with a few other bits, but generally it's about 160, 150, £160 a week. And then obviously cream of rice and then whey. So maybe close to £200 a week, right? I don't understand, and that's between me and Chloe as well, by the way. That's for 2 people. And people moan about not being able to afford whatever and food shopping, blah, blah, blah. Like £200 for 2 people who eat as much as we do is very fucking good going. And what the fuck is going on with my car? It's got a mind of its own, mate, swear to God. So yeah, I think when people think spending, like they go on about how expensive it is to buy like ready meals or burgers or whatever else, and the reality is that if you actually ate healthy, it'd probably be cheaper. I know that sounds, because that doesn't make sense in my head, because everybody goes eating fresh is more expensive, but I'm literally living on avocado, salmon, like chicken, mince from the butchers. But the way that I'm getting away with it is all the carb sources, which is rice, which I buy in bulk, 5 kilo tubs, bags, yeah. And potatoes, they're all dirt cheap. And that sort of stuff, again, you can like bulk a lot of your meals up with that shit. Will this fucking pack it in? Right, we'll leave it there. Right, so we are done and dusted in Tesco. We've got back, nice, new, clean kitchen. If you didn't know, me and Chloe have moved in together, well, we were living together, but we've moved into a new place together because she had her own place previously. Anyway, it doesn't look like a lot, does it? Like when I was saying, oh, it's only 50 quid, there's not a lot, but yeah, there's quite a lot missing from here actually, from what would be like a full shop. But we're missing the 5 kilos of chicken and the 2 kilos of 5% mince, which actually I'll get out. Should I get out? I'll get that out. Right, so this isn't all of it, but there was just too much to get out of the freezer because I do freeze it. Some people get funny about freezing the meat, but it tastes exactly the same. I think as long as you're not freezing it for like a couple of months, then it doesn't get that weird thawed, what is it? Is it frostburn or something like that? Anyway, you don't get that as long as it's like frozen for only a couple of months. So the total shop was 49 for this, and I think it was 76 for the meat. And so that gives us a grand total of. I know the answer. You see, I'm just putting him on the spot. The answer is fuck you. Right. So anyway, Ben will top that up afterwards. And I thought I'd go through the food sources, choices, and why. And some of this is specific to me, but I think a lot of this is you can take from this and use it yourself. So the only thing here which I would consider relatively like processed is actually the Cocoa Pops. But you know, rice-based, reduced sugar, it's pretty much cocoa powder and rice. There is a little bit, I think there is still added sugar in, but there's not a lot. If you go per 100 grams, the total amount of sugar per 100 grams is 17 grams, but there's 84 grams of carbs. And then fuck all fat, fuck all protein. So really that's probably the worst thing because there's a bit of refined sugar in this. However, the rest of it within the majority of what's in my diet now is all whole foods, fruit, veg, fresh meat. As you can see, we're even going to the butchers now. And even when it comes down to the milk, like removing lactose, and then again, aside from the Cocoa Pops, because Cocoa Pops do have gluten in, I'm not having bread, I'm not having bagels, nothing like that, nothing with gluten in, because I found that it's made a massive difference to my digestion and really just everything, like the uptake of nutrients, my physique and how it's responded within probably like a month after removing these things, or at least the majority of the foods that I was having, which contain gluten and lactose, I've since removed. And just to touch on like why, a couple of years ago, a year and a half ago when I last competed, I was still having a lot of foods that had gluten in and lactose in, and I found that it was causing me a lot of distress. It was causing inflammation on the gut. And if you look at the impact that inflammation and bloating can have on you, like in its entirety, you know, in terms of brain function, in terms of recovery, in terms of sleep, digestion, nutrient uptake, it's massive. Inflammation, systemic inflammation, especially caused from poor food choices, will impact everything you do when it comes to life generally. And it wasn't just about bodybuilding this, like it wasn't just about, you know, getting a better physique, removing these foods and being a bit more conscious when it came to what I was having. It was about how I felt in myself and how I could think properly. I was getting like really bad brain fog because of the inflammation and poor digestion, bloating. And I believe they say that your gut is your second brain. I'm pretty sure is that right? There's like a saying, isn't it? It's like, it's your second brain. And the reason for that is just how it influences everything else. Like I said, if your body is in a constant state of inflammation, then that inflammation circulates around the entire body, and that it affects all the organs, including your brain, and hence why I was getting this like really chronic brain fog, brain fog. Wow, that was difficult. And yeah, it was just impacting everything, and the difference has been night and day. Now, I will say that when it comes to gluten, although I'm not celiac or have like an obvious gluten intolerance, and I am still having Cocoa Pops, which does have gluten in it, surprisingly. I think it's like a sliding scale, and you might feel like you can get away with, you know, certain stuff up to a certain point. And so for me, I've just tried to reduce it as much as possible. And the only thing it's left me with, which is a bit of like a guilty pleasure, was the Cocoa Pops. And I found that it's like a very small trace amount, and it doesn't seem to be impacting me so much that I feel like I need to remove that as well. So yeah, that's sort of like where I'm at with food at the moment. And if you are sort of like following me on Instagram as well, you'll have noticed that there's been a significant change, I feel at least, in my behaviour, in how I portray myself over Instagram, how my physique's looking. And I do think that's like a direct correlator with the foods that I'm eating, because I've implemented a lot of this stuff. I think it was like the start of the new year. I was trying to sort of like make that change from November to December, but then we went away and it was like we're eating out, and I kind of just threw caution to the wind and just did what I wanted. And then we hit Christmas and New Year, so that was quite difficult as well. But since then, I've really locked in, and this is pretty much all I've been having. Every day, I stick to my meal plan, which again is very unlike me. I always used to do macros, but it seems to be working for me. Like I said, I feel a lot better for it, and it will definitely continue. It's not something that I look to stray away from anytime soon. Wicked. Okay, so that is everything for this YouTube. It should be fairly short and sweet, this one, other than the little bits of talking that I've been doing. But stay tuned, because I'm going to be doing a lot more vlogs. We should have had a couple of rolling videos before this one, and I'm going to start doing more vlogs, both on my own and with Chloe, sending them to Ben for him to edit, and they'll look a little bit more polished than the one that came out before this video. So there's a fucking timeline somewhere, I don't know. You'll get it. If you're following, you'll know. So yeah, thank you for watching, like, subscribe, and I shall speak to you soon.